I have been a mom now for nearly 6 months. That's insane to say. Hey guys, it's Maggie and I am back today. And in sitting down thinking about the last 6 months, being a mom, living with a chronic illness especially, I was thinking, man, I should talk about what I've learned because holy cow, you learn so much more than you ever thought you would. But one thing I know moms get a lot of is advice. And a lot of the time it's conflicting. You don't know what pieces to take as truth and what, is like, okay, I'm not going to do that. It's very confusing. And so what I thought I would do is just talk about my past 6 months of being a mom with Crohn's disease, because there are definitely some parts of my Crohn's, my health, even though I'm in remission and, feeling great, there's still parts in everyday life that do affect being a mom, but not always in a negative way. So I thought today we could talk about that. We could just talk about the last 6 months and the things that I've learned. Now, what I really love as we get into the cooler holiday season, I'm so excited. This is my first year being a mom during the holiday season, and I've been so excited to maybe start some holiday traditions, even the goofy ones. I want to build special memories, not just for Nova. She'll have pictures, she'll have photos. She won't remember the actual moment because she's so little. But for Zach and I, it's a really special time. So one of the things that we have been planning to do is matching Christmas pajamas. And I just have to thank my sponsor today, Pat, because oh my gosh, their Christmas jammies you're gonna love. So Pat is a brand that I've been aware of for quite some time now. Basically since I started my baby registry. They started popping up all over online for me and I saw their jammies, super cute, but then I saw their Christmas jammies and we needed them. We needed them. So Zach and I picked them out together, and the thing about Christmas pajamas is you wear them around Christmas time, but Zach and I thought for us at least, we want them to be good quality. We want them to last us a while. Even if Nova grows out of hers, we want ours to last a while so we can wear them. We want good pajamas. That's exactly what we got from Pat. Immediately upon putting them on, Zach said, oh my gosh, these are so comfortable. They're so like stretchy, breathable, but very comfortable. And I agree, obviously. And then we went to see family and Zach was showing pictures of us in the Pat Christmas pajamas to our family. He was showing them off because he thought they were so cute. And that's Zach saying that. They have a nice elastic waistband and they have cuffs around the sleeves and the pant legs so they stay in place. That's something that I love. Especially if you're washing dishes. I feel like I always have the trouble of my sleeves going over my hands and getting wet. They have premium fabric too, and the print on them doesn't wash away even when you wash it multiple times. And of course, the kids and the baby's pajamas fit snugly, and oh my gosh, they're so cute, but they fit snugly as they should. We had a grand old time taking some Christmas photos for a Christmas card. I'll probably take a few of the photos we took and put it in Nova's memory book, so she has that. It was really cute, and we just had a good time. And I know Zach and we were laughing and giggling the whole time. He was throwing her up in the air. I love those kind of little things that you can do that we'll remember forever. Also, Pat has these awesome bamboo pajamas. They're really stretchy, breathable, of course, as well. Made from bamboo fiber, which is sustainable. In these really cute prints, and I absolutely love these kind of jammies. These are exactly the type of footy pajamas that I put on Nova to bring her to the pediatrician, because you have to remove the jammies, put them back on quickly, and these stretch and get them on nice and quick, take them off nice and quick. And the nice thing about these footy pajamas for her are that they grow with her. That's what I've noticed about these kinds of pajamas. The ones that stretch but obviously are snug fitting to her, they have grown with her the most, and I've been able to get the most use out of them, which is really hard to do with kids because they grow fast. Plus it has a two-way zipper. It's got the little fabric covering over the zipper, fold over cuffs for the hands and the feet, which are absolutely necessary at this point, and tag free. I actually just got another pair of pajamas for her that had a tag in it, and I had to carefully cut around it because I knew it was going to bug her, so you don't have to worry about that with these. PatPat is kindly offering 18% off of their whole site with my code Maggie18, and you can actually stack this onto their Christmas jammy deal right now. They have a buy two, get one free deal with their Christmas pajamas, and you can stack that 18% off on top of that. So that is a great deal. This is only for a limited time, so make sure you check them out. Go to the link in my description. I'm actually thinking about getting Nova a couple more sizes for the future because they're so cute. And Zach and I loved the Christmas jammies. We loved the footy pajamas for her. They're definitely getting some good use. So thank you so much to PatPat for sponsoring this video and helping us with one of our first family traditions for Christmas. Okay, so let's get into what I have learned. It's been a lot. I think the first thing is flexibility. And actually, when I think about how flexible you have to be as a mom, just to bend and flex with whatever your kid needs, you know, some days one way you do something works and then the next it's like your kid's completely different and they hate what you did the day before. That requires a lot of flexibility, and honestly, I didn't think that I was all that flexible. You know, I felt like with Crohn's, you get rigid in your ways and it's hard to be flexible. But then I actually realized the opposite. Crohn's disease my entire life has forced me into flexibility, even when I don't feel it. You know, missing out on different holidays or events. Like I missed my junior prom because of Crohn's. And I just had to bend and flex my whole life to this disease. I think that actually maybe prepared me better than I thought. I really thought I was much more rigid in my ways, in certain aspects at least. But no, I feel like there are certain things with Nova that if her needs change, I'm like, okay, well, we do what we have to. We have to be creative. We have to find our own unique solutions, even if they seem a little goofy. I've always had to kind of like MacGyver things for my Crohn's. I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. Like with my ostomy, you know, with my ostomy bag, I've tried all different things that maybe aren't conventional for ostomy care. And I feel like maybe that has led me to be a little bit more creative. And that's definitely coming into play with being a mom. Something else that has been really eye-opening for me is prioritizing the helping of myself, the keeping of myself. How many days have I gotten to, you know, 4 or 5 p.m. and realized I haven't had all that much to drink, I haven't hydrated, I haven't eaten? That's not great. That is not great. And I think one of the things that has really settled into my brain is prioritizing those certain things that keep me healthy, that keep me at least in balance. So for me, that looks like every time in the morning when I lay Novi down for her first nap, before I do any work, before I do any cleaning, anything that can wait, waits. I fill my water jug, I put my electrolytes in, I have breakfast, if not a couple of things to eat. I usually try to get breakfast in and a snack. So this morning what I did was, as soon as she went down for a nap, I got oatmeal, I ate that first, and then I had an egg like sandwich wrap because I knew that would hold me over, especially as, you know, who knows what the day is going to hold for her. Maybe she'll get a little bit crankier later and she'll need a little bit more, you know, one-on-one time. I don't know. It gets harder and harder as the day goes through, so let me try and help myself earlier in the day, prioritize myself, eat, drink, go to the bathroom, empty my ostomy, do things like that. And then if she's still asleep or if she's still chilling, playing on her own, then I can handle the laundry, the dishes, the things like that. So that's been really helpful. Is it easy to do every day? No. Do I always hold true to doing that? No, but I have learned the day winds up a little bit better if I do that. So I think slowly we're building patterns here. And that's also been something interesting to learn is I think because becoming a mom is such a huge life adjustment, it's actually a really good way to set yourself into new patterns or into new, what's the word I'm looking for? Routines, I guess. Like I feel like if there's certain things that I was not really good about before, I'm getting better at that. You know, it takes a lot of repetitiveness to build a routine for yourself to do certain tasks that maybe you don't want to do. But I think because becoming a mom is that big life shift, okay, let me add on just a couple more things that I want to get into a routine of. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't know, like mopping our kitchen floor. That's one thing. I'm not great about that, okay? We got 4 dogs. But now that I have Nova, I'm thinking about the future of when she's going to start crawling. She's going to want to crawl everywhere. I'm going to mop the kitchen floor. So I do that once a week. And that is kind of a new routine that's been building. Kind of neat because I never would have stuck to it before. But now I am. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's just something I think is kind of interesting. Another thing that has been kind of helpful is holding myself accountable when it comes to my health stuff. And actually, you guys have helped a lot with that because I started making videos. I'm trying to do it monthly where I go through all of my health stuff, make appointments if I need to, take care of like insurance stuff if I need to, order supplies for my ostomy, whatever it is. And I think because I'm filming myself and I'm uploading it and I have you guys commenting saying, you know, oh, great job. Okay, holding myself accountable to that. And I'm getting health stuff taken care of that maybe I wouldn't have before. So things like going to the dermatologist, going to the gynecologist. It's been a while for that. I mean, I was seeing an OB during pregnancy, but that's like my next thing I got to get done. Going to the dentist. We have that appointment coming up. That's something that I really, really put off for a long time because I don't want to do it. But finding a way to hold myself accountable, and for me that was sharing on YouTube, that's been really helpful. So I don't know if that looks like maybe telling a few family members that you're taking care of certain health things, telling friends and them hyping you up about it. And then maybe they can check in on you in a month and say, hey, did you do that appointment? That might be a helpful thing to do. I don't know. But talking to you guys has really helped with that, even with the stuff I hate. Also, I kind of mentioned this recently. I've been going to pelvic floor therapy, and there's certain very simple, not even exercises, but simple movements, ways that I hold my body that my pelvic floor therapist would like me to think about and adjust. But that can be really hard day to day when you're moving all around, picking up your kid, you know, doing all the things for her. So something that's been helpful is just putting a Post-it note or tying a ribbon even onto things to remind myself to do it. So for instance, I talked about putting a Post-it note on Novi's little chair that she sits in, her little glider swing, and I didn't put a Post-it note, but I tied some ribbon on there. And every time I see it, I'm reminded, okay, remember to do your hip hinge when you pick her up out of this thing. That's been really helpful. So, you know, something simple like that. You don't necessarily have to put a Post-it note that says all of your medical details and what you need to do for yourself. So if you have people over, they see that. But you could do something as simple as tying a ribbon on it. Just a visual change that it'll click in your brain and you know, okay, in this moment, I need to do something. The other one I want to do is put a Post-it or something visually different on our bathroom mirror. And during that time that I'm in front of the bathroom mirror, whether it's brushing my teeth, doing my makeup, whatever, to reposition my body, to put my shoulders over my hips, kind of like my pelvic floor therapist taught me, not hyperflexing my legs because I do that a lot, just reposition myself while I do these activities. And I do think now that I'm getting these little reminders for myself, I am starting to notice it's popping into my brain more, even when I'm not seeing those reminders. So I think it's, you know, mentally building a habit, but that's been helpful too. Also, something that I really learned in being a mom with an illness is that, and I've talked about this one too before, is that rest really isn't always just sleep. There are times where I'm cranky at the end of the night because I have expended a lot of energy and I am tired. And Zach says, you know, why don't you just go to bed with Nova? I'm like, I don't want to, because I want to spend that hour or so watching TV with you or doing whatever, you know, that doesn't just involve me going unconscious, falling asleep. Rest is truly, there's so much more to it. You want to have fun. Fun can be rest. Zoning out can be rest. Rest just looks different. It's not just one thing. It's not just sleep. So that's been kind of interesting to learn and understand about myself, that sometimes it's that mental, just, okay, I'm not caring for a baby in this moment. She's asleep in a crib upstairs. She's good. And I can kind of focus on something different. That is my mental rest. And finally, what I have learned, and I've learned it, but have I really implemented it well? Probably not. Letting go of the reins. You know, I kind of talked about being rigid in my ways, or thinking I'm rigid in my ways. In certain aspects, I am. In other aspects, no. I've been able to be flexible. But when it comes for caring for this little baby that you want to do everything right. I am a little bit stuck in my ways. You know, I want things done my way or the highway. And I've mentioned this before, and you guys are like, Maggie, come on. You gotta, you know, Zach does things differently. It doesn't mean that they're wrong. That is so true. That is so true. And so what I'm really trying to remind myself, if things are done differently for Nova, and they aren't the way that I would do them, what does the outcome look like? Is it really that big of a deal if they're not done my way? Will it really impact her? Most cases, no. That's a hard thing to learn. That's a hard thing to do and admit, I think, maybe. But it is helpful. I think mentally more so than anything else. Let Dad do the stuff. Let him do things the way that he wants to do them, because if I try to do everything and I try to do it my way, or I try to tell somebody to do it my way, that's exhausting. It really is. So I've been practicing that, maybe a little bit more and more, but it's still hard. But letting go of the reins. That's not, you know, it's so much easier said than done. So it's something that I'm probably going to be working on the rest of my life, but yeah. So these are the things that I've kind of learned over the last 6 months, and I'm sure that I'll continue to learn. I think that's for everybody. Whether you're a parent or not, you're learning every day. You're growing every day. How corny is that to say? Oh, that rhymed. Yeah, this has been like the most exciting thing I've ever done. It's kind of the coolest thing, and I love it. Wow, I keep saying I love being a mom more than I ever could have imagined. I thought it'd be cool, but it's awesome. Like meeting a new person you can influence your child a lot, and you can teach them your ways a lot. But they're their own human, and they're gonna grow up, and they're gonna be their own person. How cool is that? I don't know. I think it's so cool. I feel like I'm meeting my daughter every day, because I am. Anyways, guys, that's what I've learned. That's where I'm at 6 months into this rodeo. Loving every minute of it. Tired, but learning. So yes, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Pat for sponsoring this video. I'm so excited for our little Christmas cards, printing some photos, showing Nova when she's 15 or 16 and, you know, she wants to look through photos. That was your first holiday Christmas matching jammies with us. Love it. So make sure to check them out. Make sure to get that stack deal where you buy 2, get 1 free for the Christmas jammies, and you can get the 18% off site-wide. So thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you are looking for a way to help support my channel, consider liking this video or even subscribing. You can also check out my store at LetsTalkIBD.shop. I have stickers and hoodies like these guys over here, just related to chronic illness and inflammatory bowel disease, something fun. And I also have a coupon code for my YouTube watchers. You could also become a member of my channel, like the wonderful people scrolling on screen here. They've become a member and they have access to videos a little bit earlier. It's a great way to support my channel, and really, just watching my videos means the world. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next.